Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going? Sorry, I had a slow morning. Woke up with a headache today, and just been taking it easy. So funny thing about this trade that I'm in. Sorry, I haven't actually been showing me getting into trades the past few streams. I wake up pretty early. I typically get into trades at around 5 to 6. And then I don't start streaming till about now, so there could be some lag, so sorry for that. But I want to at least just talk through my process and what I did, what trade I got into, and again, I'm using a demo account for now. So I was pretty short. I wanted to be short last night, okay? So we gapped up on Tuesday morning. Because today's Thursday, sorry. Again, my days are all out of whack. We gapped up on Tuesday, and we pumped a little higher all the way till this blue descending trend line at around 54.99. To give you better context, where is that blue trend line from? There's going to be a lot of trend lines, so... So this blue trend line spans from right here. So from these lower lows back in September, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, and Tuesday. So from end of September 19th, 20th through October, Wednesday, Thursday, October 3rd. All the way down to connecting these lows right here, this low from March 13th, this low from March 31st, this high from April 9th, and then this high from April a few days ago, April 22nd, because that was 3 days ago. And this is where we currently are. So that's where that blue trend line stems from. So we gapped up on Tuesday. After a pretty massive failed breakdown, actually. Broke down this blue trend line down here in this light blue channel at around 51.45. We claimed it, pumped to the upside, and then we closed at the highs on Tuesday, and then Tuesday evening, that's when we gapped up, and then we started to consolidate. And then we gapped up, rallied, pulled back tested 53.77, pumped back up to 54.99, sold off, another failed breakdown at 53.77, pumped back up. So that's where we are. So, and this current trading environment, it's been very lucrative, honestly. It doesn't matter if you're a bear or a bull. The current environment, because of the high volatility, has honestly been a gold mine for whether you're a bear or a bull. So if you have a short bias, you could have made money if you were managing your trades wisely. If you are a bull and have a long bias, again, you could have made money if you managed your trades wisely. So, and what am I talking about managing my trade wisely? I mean, when I get in, so let me actually finish talking about the trade. So during yesterday's session, Wednesday session, we tapped 54.99, sold off, had a couple failed breakdowns that didn't really pan out much. They kind of fizzled out. We sold off overnight. Had that 53.77. I originally was short multiple times throughout here. And unfortunately, I ended up not really making any profits because I was too aggressive with my profit takes. I was waiting for, I think I had taken a short up here and was waiting for my take profit, which was all the way down here, 53.77, thinking that for sure we'll sell off all the way through here, get down here, tag 53.77, flush even further, maybe even fill the gap, because again, there's an obvious gap that needs to be filled right here, and although we did fill it halfway, we still have a whole other half that needs to be filled. So keeping that in mind, I didn't feel comfortable taking any longs while we were in this like consolidation area. But it really never even ended up filling all the way anyway. So took a bunch of shorts, took some L's on them because they just ended up reversing. Took another short last night that essentially kind of panned out. I think I got my take profit. I got a semi take profit at 53.77. But essentially ended up my whole position, I think, or I guess maybe I did take, because I had multiple take profits. When I woke up, I was actually in a reverse position. I was in a buy because I had a buy stop from my original short position. So I guess my short position, the TP got, or some of the TPs got stopped. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think I had more buy stops than I did actually have shorts. So when it triggered my buy stop, I actually ended up in a net buy position in a one MES long. And then that MES long actually ended up playing out. In the morning, I added to it, essentially ruined the trade, got out completely, and then waited till we got right back at around 54.16, where I finally got in again, 2 contracts, added another 2 at 54.22, or sorry, 54.21, added 2 more 54.21 to bring it to 4. I think actually I may have even maybe added just another 4 to bring it to 6 total, and that's where we are now. So brought it to 6 total. First TP was at 32. Second TP I think was at 46. I had a third TP up here at 68 with the intention of getting to 75, which we just hit, and now I'm only in a 1 contract runner, so I will let this run for the remainder of the day. Now I'm at a break-even stop, so essentially no worries. Everything's panning out. So thankful for that. And yeah, so basically that's literally my day today. It's funny because my trading days on stream tend to be way more simple and succinct than my normal trading days, like during my work days. I'm usually like, I don't know, taking way more trades on my non-stream days than my stream days. Like my stream days, like I said, it's very simple, very succinct. I'm literally taking one and dones and calling it a day. So I don't know, maybe because streaming makes me more accountable, I guess, or because I have more time to focus, I can really like take a step back and say I don't need to trade again. I don't know, but it's working. All right. But again, I do feel bad I didn't show you guys how I actually got into the trade, but hopefully my explanation shows it. But originally, and again, like I said, my original bias was short. And so even though my original bias was short, I ended up in a long position and it ended up working out. So when I say sorry, let me say it first. It's okay to have a bias, and I know I say this all the time. It's okay to have a bias, but it's not okay to let that bias hijack your actual like trading, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm wanting to short right now, or if I have a short bias, which I have been the past few days, I have to recognize that, and yes, like it makes sense to short at the highs than to short at the lows, obviously. And that's where the best shorts come in, if you're shorting at the highs. But I also have to recognize that we have just come off of a Tuesday rally after the 51.45 failed breakdown, as I mentioned earlier. And then we gapped up. Our target for that day was 53.77, but on the open, on Tuesday evening open, we gapped right to it, which is a sign of significant strength. And the fact that we kept going up till we hit 54.99 but then we sold off, consolidated, and then we failed, broke down on 53.77 again, not able to fill the gap fully. That should tell you, okay, there's some strength here. Like, buyers are clearly strong. They're buying the dips. This is not an environment for me to be shorting, you know. And although I did have one successful short trade, you know, I should just leave it at that. And like, you know, every trade is going to be different. Okay, your thesis for every trade may change. Your thesis for a trade may change when you're in a trade. I know that's happened to me many times, where I'm in a trade and I'm looking at it, I'm looking at price, and I'm like, price is just not behaving the way I expected it. I cut the trade and I have a new thesis, and then I take the trade to fill that new thesis. So it's just being dynamic. That's really what trading is about. Number one, really, it's about risk management. So really knowing when you're wrong and cutting your loss at the first sign of being wrong. And then building a new thesis or building a new plan, taking that plan with the same risk management, and then just managing it appropriately like I did here, you know? So, I think my screen is a little bit laggy. I'm sorry. My trading view, I don't know why it's not. I don't know why OBS is not carrying it over. Anyways, this is going to be a short stream anyway. I just wanted to get on real quick and talk to you guys about that. I know not a lot of you guys watch the stream. Rightly so. I mean, there's so many other better traders, content creators with better quality than mine. So I totally understand. You got Trades by Matt. You got Daniel Landscape. So you got a lot of other better traders and better streamers out there, which is great. Maybe eventually I'll get to that level. Hopefully, if I can get my quality suited. But I haven't said this before. I'll just go ahead and say it. If you guys at least find some value in what I'm talking about, find some value in, you know, me trading live, not technically live. I'm on a demo account, not afraid to say it, until I build my confidence back up and build my mind state right, and I can build some better consistency, then I'll switch back to live. But if you like the content, if you find value in what I'm saying, what I'm teaching, and what I'm going through, don't be afraid to like and subscribe. As a matter of fact, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I don't normally post super regularly. I am trying to at least post a few shorts here and there. I feel like my biggest success are in shorts, so I'll probably focus more on those instead of these big live streams, just because they attract more people. So, but I'll still have these live streams once in a while. I'm hoping to provide some value to the community. I'm hoping to provide some good content. And just a different perspective of trading. Again, you don't have to trade the style that I trade. Please trade whatever way you feel comfortable. Everyone's a bit different. Everyone has their own strategies. So stick to what you know. Stick to what you're comfortable with. As long as you can manage your risk, that's really all that matters. Manage your risk. Trade the way you want to trade. Have fun. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.